Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. The world of the true alpha. Now, this is a podcast. Yeah, I know, I always say video, but this podcast, right, is in response, or it's just, well, it was inspired by a recent video did by Alan Roger Curry. It was called Face the Facts, Women Are Winning the So-Called Gender War. And you know what? Y'all can check it out for yourself. He let go. And now I'm not going to address the issues about the gender war and everything and, you know, whether women are winning or not. You know, it is what it is, right? But it's more or less a lot of the things he was saying. See, a lot of people might listen to that rant, get triggered or something, have a response, and see it emotionally. But, you know, Rom is a... People don't know. I might joke around on some of these videos, but I can listen to something cold-blooded. I can listen to a white supremacist look me in the eye and stuff and call me nigga, all that stuff, without reacting emotionally. On a cold-blooded tip, though, I'm just calculating the pressure points on him to take his life out. But I can still listen to anything without getting any emotion. And one of the things I think people, they'll listen to it and they might hear the video and they might be more concerned what he was saying about the gender war. But he brought something else that to me was a lesson for men out here. And that's how a true alpha rolls. Now, as y'all know, I'm not big on using the terms alpha and beta. You know, I'm more select and non-select Mr. Goodbar. But out of respect to Alan Roger Curry, he does use those terms, and that's, you know, part of the Mode 1 paradigm. So out of respect to him, I'm going to call this the world of the true alpha. Alan Roger Curry basically told y'all how the game is from a true alpha. See, one thing I get, you know, sometimes I get some people in the comments and they'll say, you know, they'll talk about how they alpha or, you know, they're alphas and stuff. But, you know, I got a different definition of that alpha thing. But in the context I'm talking about is that sexual alpha. That dude who's just getting pussy like crazy. Let's just break down the game. Let's just get into it, because I did see different comments on videos talking about, oh, pussy ain't that important and why you chasing pussy like that. Man, please. If you're a heterosexual human male, you chasing pussy. Fuck that shit. If you a homosexual human male, you chasing somebody's ass. Everybody's chasing sex. It's what created us. Let's not pretend like we don't want that. Now, the world of the true alpha, it's just like Alan Roger Curry was saying. That's how shit be happening. That's how dudes like that be getting sex. See, a lot of dudes, they come up with something because they want to be seen as that alpha, and then they'll talk about, you know, or at least a sexual alpha. And they'll talk about, you know, I'm an alpha and I'm rejecting all these women. Like, you know what? I usually say I don't say anything about MGTOW guys, but I just got to be raw with this. Regardless of how they see themselves, women aren't looking at them as sexual alphas, or they wouldn't need to go MGTOW. Seriously. And you can argue with me and all that, but it still brings to the fact, if you got pussy being handed to you, and not only handed to you, women sucking your dick, women catering to you, that's a totally different vibe. And see, one of the issues is a lot of men, many men, don't have an idea about that type of world. Many men have not seen or been in a situation where a married woman is handing them the phone number, trying to have sex with them, flirting with them, grabbing their dick while their husbands are upstairs or something. Or, you know, they know you're a friend of their husbands or boyfriends or something, but, you know, they trying to do something with you on the slide while their man's back is turned or anything like that. Or to have women stalking you and stuff and doing everything. Like a lot of these women out here, right? A lot of these women who treat guys like hell, who treat them like hell, mean to them and everything, there's always those guys who, quite frankly, they're serving. See, understand one thing about the nature of a woman. They ain't the same way. See, a lot of guys think they understand the nature of a woman. I'm going to say that again. A lot of men think they understand the nature of a woman. But that same woman who's mean as shit to somebody else, that same woman who is calling every man every name in the book, that same woman who is talking about street harassment, there's some man out there that she's giving it to for free. And ain't necessarily a thug either. There's some man out there she gonna cook for. These women talking about, I'll never cook for a man. There's that man she gonna get up there and cook for. You know? I don't usually brag on my dick like this, but there was a woman recently. She was telling me, like, oh, I don't be sucking dick and shit. Man, she went superhead on my ass. It's a difference. It's a difference. Alan Roger Curry, aside from everything he said about the gender war, basically gave you a glimpse into that world, a real glimpse. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Guys like that is rare. That is rare. Because Alan Roger Curry, in that rant, he did something I've avoided doing. Because there's some shit I hold back from saying to people. Because I know, A, they couldn't get it, 2, it'll make them very depressed. There's some stuff I could tell you, so a lot of guys would just put a bullet in their head. There's some stuff I could say. Like, a lot of guys think they know female nature. I'm like, nah, not really, dog. You think you do. You seeing a part of it. But if you really understood it, shoot, you would understand it enough to manipulate it to get what you want out of women. Seriously. You would understand it. And it's different. It's a predator. It's, you know, it's like if you get a lot of these guys, right? A lot of these guys, and it's not a lot of them. It is not a lot. Let's be clear on that. It's not a lot of true sexual alphas. I think that's probably the more thing about it. Their mindset is really not even sympathetic to a lot of men out here. I have a real good friend. Just talked with him last night, right? The way this motherfucker, he's pretty much at the point, if a woman's alone with him for like about 20 minutes, she giving up something. This dude, so every now and then he listens to these videos, so he know who I'm talking about. You know I'm talking about him, but this one of those dudes could have a woman under him butt naked, ready to go, ready to give him the full works, and he's like, nah, I don't even want it. Because he ain't worried, he ain't pressed about it. But a lot of these guys ain't sympathetic. That's why you don't see a lot of them on YouTube or in social media. You know, why you get a lot of guys saying whatever about women. These guys, they fucking too much to really give a fuck. They fucking. And now some people say, oh, you shouldn't be fucking like, but you know what? They doing it. And they don't give a fuck. And they don't give a fuck what you say about them. You know, I can think of another one. I ain't gonna call his name. He's kind of in the public sphere. But, you know, they don't give a fuck. You got guys out there, they either doing that, fucking whoever, or they got literal harems. Like, I know some true Macs out there, and they real low key and shit. And to be honest, the overwhelming majority of them are not sympathetic towards the average dude out there. They don't give a fuck. It's literally like a jungle. It's literally they predators, and they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck that these women ain't like hanging out with some guys or choosing good men or anything like that, because they're getting theirs. That's just the reality of it. And like the friend I was mentioning, me and him, very good friends, known him since the early days of my book, Nice Guys and Players. Because Nice Guys, it is interesting with this guy. Both a combination of Nice Guys and Players and Alan Roger Curry's Mode 1 got him to where he's at. And I remember on my blog, on my website, people who checked out my website, seen my blogs, I actually wrote an article in support of like the do right men. This dude got on my case. And he was just like, these motherfuckers are weak. Why are you trying to help them? All of that stuff. Me and him just got in an argument about it. And I even reminded him, he was like, hold up, dude, you used to be in that position. All right, he said, nah, but you know what? I did what I had to do to get out of that position. And he worked, he self-improved and everything. Because once you get to that level, it's a different mindset. See, that's the whole thing. You know, you be up there saying, like, damn, this shit too easy. You know? In fact, some of them, you'd be surprised. Some of them don't even know about this so-called gender war or anything like that. Some of them don't know about, like, MRA, MGTOW, going ghost. They're like, whatever. They out here doing their thing. I remember I told a player, like, straight up player. I was telling him about all of this, and he was like, what? Really? Get out. He was looking at me. He was like, you mean there's guys out there can't get women? Or having trouble with women? This a young dude, too. And he wasn't like... this dude was slightly overweight and stuff. And, you know, nothing like what people like to think of an alpha, but he was a sexual alpha. Because I seen some of the women he was getting. You know, it's just a totally different mindset. And, you know, that when I was watching that video with Alan Roger Curry, I was like, damn, dude. You done showed him Zion. You know, a lot of dudes think they in red pill and stuff, but that dude he showed him Zion. That's the mindset. You know? And you know what, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna leave with this. One, go check out the video and stuff. You'll get a total glimpse into something. See, Rom, I don't give y'all a total glimpse. One, because I mellowed out over the years. And two, seriously, I really do. You know what it was? I remember years ago when I was a little bit more blunter, and I've seen the look on the eyes of men when they felt like they really see what's up, and they don't even see the whole thing. When they really realize that they non-select or something, and you know, when you have children, when you have sons and stuff, you just really mellow out. Your heart softens because years ago, I wouldn't have a problem. In fact, I had a seminar one time. This dude, he was on that I would call beta male thing. And he was saying something, and I promptly clowned his ass in front of everybody and didn't give a fuck. You know, I really didn't give a fuck. But, you know, mellowed out over the years. So, you know, there's some stuff. But at the same time, I think at this point it needs to be said. I think what Alan Roger Curry said in Face the Facts at least warrant a real discussion, a real reality what's going on. All right? And as far as the gender war thing, I'll just say this. Things are really changed when the alphas decide they want it to change. And right now, asking the alphas to change anything is like asking a bunch of lions to, oh yeah, just let those antelope walk on by. Think about it. That's what it is. So the alphas, the true alphas, the sexual alphas, they don't have an incentive to share. They don't have any incentive to change everything, because despite what these women doing, despite feminism, despite the laws and everything, shoot, they still getting theirs from the women. So they don't have any incentive to change it. Now, you might get a cat like me. Now, like I said, Rom got a bigger heart. My heart's opened over the years, so I'm a little bit more sympathetic, a little bit more trying to help. But the overwhelming majority of these guys, and I ain't just talking about just Alan Roger Curry, he's trying to help. He's trying to help with his books and everything. But outside of him, most of these guys out here just gonna be out here. They just gonna keep going. They gonna fuck your wife, and some of the meaner ones gonna let you know about it. In fact, some of the meaner ones, there's this thing. They talked about it in this book that came out years ago. It's called Black Funk, all right? And it's this thing when somebody fucks your wife or girlfriend to the point where you can't touch her for a week or something, and they'll try to find a way to let you know. They'll fuck her brains out. And you got some guys who got that mentality. They don't give a fuck about you. They'll look you in the eye. They want you to. These are real thugs and shit. Like the real game is on some dirty predator ass shit. And they don't give a fuck. If you want to fight their ass, they don't give a fuck. They'll put a bullet in you. Because I know some real true to the game players, sexual alpha males, they carry weapons. And these motherfuckers are straight killers. And they ain't going to do a video about you if they got a problem with you. And they ain't going to debate you. They just going to like put a bullet in your head. I've actually known. I know some cats sitting in jail for that shit because they don't give a fuck. But that was a glimpse. That was a glimpse into that world. So anyway, right? I just wanted to share that. If y'all want to get an idea, and that's just an idea because I don't think there's some stuff I could have added to that video getting into that world. And I'm still not, my thing is still going to be, trying to help guys at least get to some level where they have some empowerment as they deal with women. That's still going to be my thing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to try to change their nature, a woman's nature, or ask them to change because they ain't. Best thing a man can do is change his own nature and learn how to win in this thing of ours we call game. So anyway, right? That's it for today. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.